Go. All right. My sheet here. A little nervous. This is a new environment here, but hello and welcome to the Fresno City Toastmasters Club. This is your host Joey Myers. And the reason I'm a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of nervous is because we're trying to court another place for in-person meetings, and we are over at the Mug, Mike's place off of Champlain and Perrin on the Save Mart CVS in that shopping center in the corner over there where you have what's Bobby Salazar's. It's kind of in that corner right over there. But anyway, we're running a little beta test pilot for those watching this on YouTube. This is where I think our home's going to be. So I wanted to welcome you all here. One of the things, if you have your agenda handy, in the lower left corner on the front page, we have our mission statement. And I wanted to read that. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And that is the statement we always like to lead with. And by the way, I am your president, acting president, Joey. And as you can see in our room here on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, we have Chanel, who's wearing the, I think, canary yellow. She's filling a bunch of different roles. She was our past president, and she is now VP of Education and Sergeant at Arms. Yeah. And then we have Kaylani, made it with us today. She's been with us for, I think, a couple of years now, 2-3 years.
It's been a year.
A year? Has it only been a year?
I think so.
Yeah. And then Denny's on. Denny's our secretary. And is there one more role? I know we just opened up the PR. PR just opened up. We just found out. Sarah's VP of membership. Yeah. So I want to welcome everybody here for our test pilot run here at the Mug. And outside of that, some business announcements. We may or may not have Mike, the owner, come in today to check things out, or his wife, Crystal. So they may come in. So that's their names. And we have dues are due for renewing members on the last Tuesday before the end of the month is September 27th. And the dues we've decided are going to be $60 renewing. And I think that's about it. Any other things to add on that?
Agenda, making sure we have the rules.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to fill the roles, which we don't have any speakers today, but we'll be able to do an extended table topics. We have openings for the general evaluator role, which was Sarah. She's not going to be able to make it. So anybody, Kalani, did you want to jump in that one? So we'll get Kalani on general evaluator. And then I got grammarian. So I will bring up a word. I might need to be introduced last on that one. And then we have Denny and the all counter, timer. Anybody want to jump in that one?
I would, but I don't have a timer. My phone's over there.
You want to do it? Okay. So Kalani, she's going to do the timer. And Zoom, so I just took care of our recording there. No speeches today. Heather, table topics. I can take care of that unless Chanel, you wanted to do that. Want me to go for it? All right, so I'll take care of the table topics. Or Denny. I took that from Denny. I know you're doing all counter. Do you want to do table topics?
Sure.
Okay.
I can.
All right. Thank you, Denny. We don't need an evaluator, so I think we're good to go. So with that, I will bring up our Toastmaster of the day, who is Miss Chanel West. And I didn't change the theme because I know she was all prepared for that theme. So Chanel, come on up.
Thank you, Joey. I am happy to be back today having a meeting. This is very exciting. I don't consider myself a very funny person. However, I am the Toastmaster for the theme Tell a Joke Day. In preparing for this role today, I actually came up with a new word, plagiarism. If that's actually a joke. See, I have to work on the delivery. So does anybody in here eat meat? Do you guys are meat lovers? What do you call a cow with one leg?
Oh, you should say this one before.
Steak. What do you call a cow with two legs? Lean beef. What do you call a cow with 3 legs? Tri-tip. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. If you're not a meat eater though, if you're more of a vegetable person, I have some veggie jokes too. Why is the mushroom always getting invited to parties? Because he's a fun guy. Yes, yes. And also, what does the pepper do when he gets mad? He gets jalapeno face. Thank you, thank you.
Danny liked it.
I will be the Toastmaster for today, and so I will be helping to introduce people in the meeting and help things to run smoothly. So with that, I will pass things over to the evaluation team, which will be Miss Kaylani as our general evaluator.
All righty. I am the general evaluator for today. I will be evaluating essentially the efficiency of today's meeting, any hiccups that we have, and just making sure that we stay on track for the agenda that we have and getting out at a reasonable time. I will be providing a report at the end of the day, and now we will go into introducing our upcoming roles, starting with, Joey, you said you wanted to go last.
Yeah,
correct?
please.
Okay. Denny with our all counter.
Today, I'm going to count our ahs and ums as we give our table topic speeches and speak in our roles. And I'll give a report at the end.
Thank you, Denny. I will now, I guess, introduce myself as the timer. I have this handy dandy stoplight here, tabletop stoplight. And green means that we're in the clear, yellow means we should wrap it up pretty soon, and red means we gotta wrap it up. We're a little over the time limit. I will be giving a report at the end of the session today. And that's it. I will go into our grammarian, Jerry.
Thank you. I had a fun word today, and no, it isn't a joke, although maybe when you see the word, maybe you might think, and I might be able to type this into the chat here. So the grammarian is the person who introduces a word of the day, and we try and use that word of the day. And we used to call them fines if you didn't use it, but now it's more of a investment fund for Fresno City Toastmasters. So our word of the day is an interesting one, and it said cocoletophobia. Cocoletophobia. So it's an irrational fear of chocolate. Let me type this into the chat, or at least the word.
But it starts with an X,
Yes.
but it's pronounced like a C.
Yeah, it's cocoletophobia. So it's interesting spelling. So we'll say Xocolatophobia. That's it right there. Cocolatophobia. You see that, Denny? Okay. Yeah. Kind of interesting word. Maybe
Yeah.
kind of goes with our joke theme today. But I will be seeing how many people challenge themselves in using cocolatophobia today. Thank you. Kalani. Back to you.
Joey?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to ask if you would
Put the definition. Oh, she got kicked out. I think that's what she was going to say, right? So we'll say an irrational fear of chocolate. Huh?
But I do not have that.
You don't have an irrational fear of chocolate? Okay. All right. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay. All right. Getting used to this. I will now introduce our Toastmaster of the day. Right?
Yeah, so I think, yeah.
Because then you introduce the table topic master.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So we're just kind of switching places.
Got it. I'll now introduce our Toastmaster of the day, Chanel West.
So probably, I'm thinking when we have more people, the general evaluator can just probably stay up here
Introduce.
during the evaluation time, call people up, and then after the evaluation time.
Because
And I'm
it's a
just,
speech.
I'm coming up with that as I go, because we're all still
Because
getting
usually
used
with
to
a
this.
speech, a Toastmaster would
And it
introduce a
saves time
speaker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
instead of having to.
And we don't have speakers today, so we can do.
Okay, I am back up here to introduce our table topics master for today, Denny, who is going to wow us with her incredibly creative last minute table topic ideas. Everybody clap for her.
I thank you very much for assigning me this role. Very last minute. I really appreciate that. What I'm being technologically challenged today. The cocolatophobia, I wanted to get the definition of that. I was so intensely trying to spell it. I didn't quite catch the definition. And I was wondering if Joey wouldn't mind.
And then I typed it in, but then you got kicked off, so it's probably
Yeah,
not
I'll
showing.
put it
I got that, but the definition I didn't get.
Okay, so it's an irrational. Yeah.
Irrational fear of chocolate. Ooh, okay, very good. Very-
The other one wasn't so good. The other word of the day that I saw wasn't, it kind of was a little risque. So I picked
Mhm.
that one.
Mhm.
Yikes, dictionary.com.
All right. So as table topics master, first of all, let me say that I live in a household full of people who love chocolate, and I do have a little bit of cocolatophobia. Every time I open the refrigerator, there's just no telling what's going to be in there. However, today for our topic, we're going to tackle the idea of what makes you laugh the most. And I was thinking about this actually yesterday because my mother lives with us, which causes me to bring up memories that I probably wouldn't otherwise. And I have one sister, and my sister and I can't go anywhere together because we make each other laugh very inappropriately at times when we just never should be laughing. And all that's required is that we look at each other. And I don't know what triggers it, but we just start laughing. We don't even have to say anything. I was at my father was a musician, and he was at a black tie concert. And he asked my sister and I as adults to come attend that. We sat in the audience looking at my dad, who was with a large group of other black tie dressed people in their tuxedos. And we were eye level with the stage where we were sitting. And at the same time, my sister and I were so admiring our father who was up on stage, and our eyes were going down like this. And he was wearing his suit, his black tie. He looked so handsome. And you get to his shoes, and he was wearing these old tattered shoes that were so appropriate for my dad. And we both busted up laughing. We couldn't stop laughing through the entire concert. It was so inappropriate. Anyway, she's the person that causes me to laugh like that. I don't know if there's anybody else that does. But that's table topics. I want to find out, what is it that makes you laugh the most? Or who is it that makes you laugh the most? Who would like to go first?
Joey?
I can do it.
All right.
Thank you. Well, I got a couple people just as on the top of my head as an example. The first one, I got to go with one of the girls in the household. I got my little girl, Grayson, who is 6 going on about probably 14 and a half. And one of my favorite things that she does all these goofy things this morning. And real quick one, she had a nice little dress on for school today, and she doesn't say anything. She just comes walking in, and she just kind of does this. And I'm looking at her, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is this? Oh, you got a cute little dress on, and I have to do it. So those little things make me laugh. One other thing that she did was she had to clean her room. She's not the clean one. My son is more the clean one. And my wife told her, you got to clean your room. And so my wife goes about 20 minutes later, all right, Grayson, you done? Did you clean your room? She said, yes, Mom, I'm all done. But you have to stand right here when you look in my room. And if you stand right there, her room was clean. But if you walk in the room in the corner, that's where she had pushed all her stuff. So those kind of things make me laugh with her, and it's on a constant daily basis, and it's almost like a ticker tape with her. The other one real quick was a coach of mine at Fresno State when I was playing, and it was almost like a mountain of different funny things that were happening. And we had our coach, who was at the time, I think in his early 70s. He was on his way out. He ended up retiring a year or two later, but he was giving us a speech on what they call a triple day, which triple day, we practice in the morning, practice in the afternoon, and then come back for this nightcap hour. We have to listen to coach when we're tired. And he had his zipper down, didn't know it. And he's talking and we're laughing. And the more we laugh, the more pronounced he got with his movements. And the more pronounced he got with his movements, the more that zipper would open up and the harder we would laugh. So that was going on, making us laugh. And then we had another couple guys in the crowd, players, who had these glasses on that had hologram eyes on them. You've probably seen those before. They have hologram eyes, and they have these eyelashes that are gigantic, ginormous, that if you looked at it, it'd make you laugh anyway. Well, it wasn't funny enough that the guys had the glasses on, but what was funny was that they were sleeping with the glasses on. They were sleeping as coach was doing this whole thing. So it was just like a combination, an avalanche of funny things that were all happening at once. So those kind of things I really can appreciate. Thank you.
Who would like to step up next?
I can go.
Yeah.
I'm already up here. My answer to this question is actually very similar to yours, Denny, because I have two sisters, and I think that they are the people, especially when all three of us are together, who make me laugh more than anybody else. And it's kind of a collective group thing. I think all of us feel very comfortable to be silly in each other's presence because we're sisters. And specifically, my sister, who is 2 years younger than me, she has a very lively, animated personality. She's the big extrovert. So we're only 2 years apart, and I was the extreme introvert. I always wanted to just sit in my room as a child and read, and was very organized. My sister was like, she was Joey's daughter, right? Who was all over the place and very flamboyant. And she also has apraxia, which is a speech disability, and she went through a lot of speech therapy when she was younger for it. But one of the kind of long-lasting side effects is that she still frequently pronounces words incorrectly or will use them in the wrong context. And she's very aware of it, and it also it's not a huge priority for her to always try to get it right, especially if she's really excited and telling a story. And so it's not a laughing at her, but a laughing with her, because sometimes she'll just use words in just the complete wrong context. Like, that's totally not what it means. Another funny part about that is that she is in her last semester of the credential program to become a public school teacher. So I'm thinking, man, those kids are just they're gonna learn some wrong words, but it will be okay because she will still be a good teacher despite that. So when I think of laughter, I think of the times that my sisters and I spent together. Thank you.
Very nice to know. No one knows us like our sisters, right?
It's true.
That's great. How about you, Kalani?
Kalani, do you want to go?
Yeah.
We're throwing her right into the fire. She can handle it.
It's easy. Thank you.
All right. Now, I would have volunteered earlier, but this word on this wall has truly stumped me of chocolatophobia, and I am just going to not include it and use that as part of my speech. To answer your question, Denny, who or what inspires me to laugh the most would easily be my boyfriend. For those who don't really know our story, I'm gonna look at the TV here, tripping me out. We started off as best friends for 6 years. So we have a unique relationship to where it feels more like a best friend relationship. And he has seen the goofiest parts of me, and I've seen the goofiest parts of him, which is really ironic because if you were to walk into our house anytime between hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., we are so studious. We are serious about what we are doing. Our faces are in our laptops. I don't even think there's a smile in my house. And the second that our laptops close, we are the most goofiest goobers you will ever meet. And as much as I had loved it, he had left last week to go to a meetup. And me, being me, was super excited to get the house to myself. And at the end of the day, as I was getting ready for bed, I sat on the bed and felt something that was very strange, a very strange feeling. I was like, what is different today? And I realized I hadn't laughed that day. And then I really sat back and thought, wow, it's been a really long time since I had a day that I didn't laugh since we moved in together. And that is who makes me, I guess, who's the funniest or who's the happiest? I'm sorry, I forgot the question, but that's it.
Very good, Kalani. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to turn this back over to where are we going here? We're going to go back to our general evaluator.
We go to general
General eval.
evaluator.
Yes, good.
Reports. Back up.
Thank you. All righty. Thank you, Danny, for providing such a great table topic today. I know it was last minute and I appreciate it. I'm not so thankful for the word of the day, but I did try to use it. I will go ahead and give a report for our timer. Denny, I didn't have you as a table topic since you were the person introducing it, but it was a great table topic, even though that's not necessarily my job, and I really appreciated you sharing that story with us. Chanel, I had you today at 1:51. Joey, I had you at 2:10 today, and I did not get to record myself, but I feel like a third screen just would have been too much for me up here. Thank you. I will now go ahead and introduce Denny, our op counter of the day.
Gonna be lots of them. I have a feeling.
Oh, not so bad. So
The
our
environment.
ums and ahs, Joey, I only counted one for you.
Ooh,
Bonnie, you were doing great today. We haven't seen you for a little while, and you've still carried over. You're still hanging in there really well.
Thanks.
Janelle, I didn't catch any ums or ahs on you, but there's a few tisks in there that you could work on. And I didn't evaluate myself. Of course, so it must have been perfect.
Thank you, Denny. I think we were all the most nervous by your report today. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our grammarian of the day, Joey.
Thanks. Yeah, this was a challenging word for sure. Cocolotophobia. Denny used it, and Kailani, I put a question mark there because she said she was going to use it a couple times. Used it kind of, sort of. Talking about how she was or not going to use it.
I'm talking about how I was fighting
How
it.
she was fighting it.
She remembered. I think
She did remember.
I
Yeah,
remembered.
that's right. As Denny said, Kalani's been, she's been on a Toastmasters vacation for a little bit, which is okay. And the new environment all in one. So that is my report.
Thank you. Alrighty. Did you want to stay standing?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And with that, I'm going to reintroduce Joey as our president to
We
wrap
do
up the rest.
like the general eval
Oh, okay.
of the meeting.
Yeah. All right. So now my report as a genuine evaluator, today's meeting went really well. We did have a few hiccups, but overall, I think we were able to combat those issues relatively quickly. We didn't have that many attendees today, so we were able to also wrap up earlier than anticipated. But overall, I thought it was a great meeting, especially as a soft opening to our new location, if you will. And I'm looking forward to more meetings here.
Thank you. Kalani. Way to go. Good one, good one. So to close out the meeting, typically we'll do rewards, and I think everybody deserves a reward today for the new environment that we're working and for some of the late roles that some of us had to fill. So thank you, team, for doing all that. And this is actually one of the first meetings that we've done, actually official meetings, for a little bit, just because summertime and get back into the swing of things and not really having a lot of people able to attend. So this is actually the first meetings for probably almost 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. So it's nice and doing it in a new environment. So thank you, team. And if we look on the back of your agenda, or if you got a 2-pager, or if you're looking at it on your computer screen, just scroll down to the next week's agenda page, filling out roles. We have that one was interesting. So I'm on each day, I'm looking at national holidays in the US, and that's where I'm getting these names, not too creative there, but next week is going to be voter registration day. So who wants to, let's see if we can fill see if we get any speeches. Anybody want to give any speeches that are here?
I can probably sign up for the 27th.
27th. All right. Kalani on the 27th. Anybody else want to either next week or in the next couple weeks? We're getting into October, kind of hard to believe, October 4th.
I'll sign up for the 4th.
For the 4th? Okay, Chanel. And then I might try with Kalani. I might try that day, the 27th. So no speeches next week. How about the big roles, Toastmaster, General Evaluator, table topics?
I'll do table topics.
Okay, Chanel.
I can be the Toastmaster.
Okay, Kalani. Denny, do you want one of those? Did you want the general eval?
Sure.
Okay. And then if we need to, I think, I don't know about Heather. I asked her on email if she was going to continue Toastmasters, just getting off the board. So I haven't gotten a response from her yet. But the other roles I can do Zoom. We need to. I can do timer. Everybody want to take on those other two, grammarian, off counter?
I can do grammarian also.
I can do off
Counter, Kalani, and then Chanel, grammarian. Okay, cool. So we got most of those roles filled in. If we can add some speakers, we'll add some speakers. Other than that, any questions, comments, or criticisms on this fine first day at the Mug?
I have a compliment. I like this room a lot. It has great potential.
Oh, that's great.
I agree. Yeah, Kalani, yeah. And she just talked about how close to home it is for her. She's right around the corner. Same for me. And then Denny, will have to get you. I know you came to the Mug, but you didn't get to see the actual room itself. I think they keep it locked for the most part, unless there's somebody in there.
Well, I didn't try to break in, so
You could have. They would have let you in here.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's great. I think it comes with all the amenities we need. It's got the climate control versus our other place where it was, good little meeting spot, but it was hot in the summer, cold in the winter. We have climate control here. We have a TV, internet. We have both coffee and food, which is great. And I think it's going to open up some paths for new memberships coming in here, because we were talking, Mike and I, about some cross promo type things. I know he's got a couple flyers from customers out there of different things, and I think that'll help. And also the other thing, open houses. So in the open house part, we have to use their food, which totally understand that, which is fine. And they've got great food here. And I just think there's some good possibilities on the open house side. We just haven't been able to do that because since the pandemic, number one, and then just not having a really good spot to do an open house that's really welcoming. This is it right here. So yeah, I think there's a lot of lot of good finds here, and Mike's excited. Denny?
So I noticed the door is solid. So when it's closed, no one would know anything's going on in there. I'm wondering if we can put our banner just outside the door while the meeting is going on, or if we can command strip something on the outside there while the meeting's going on, something.
Yeah, I think our banner here would be perfect for outside there. I don't know if I want to stick, well, the command strips don't really leave any residue anymore. The technology's good now, but I think this would be perfect outside, and they would allow us to do that as long as I think it would be overstepping if we just left it out there. But I think it would be good for our meeting.
But during our meeting, it'd be nice
Because
if we
we can't use it anyway, because it super, would you call it, it reverses it, Chanel? Like if we have it in the background over here, it turns it around, it reverses the writing's backwards, so it doesn't really, we shouldn't even put it behind us, and it's just sitting over here on the side. I think it would be better used out there. I agree, Kenny. Yeah, very cool. All right, so any other questions, comments? No? We might be in luck, we'll have to see. Cool. All right, Denny. Well, thanks
All right.
for coming. Next time we'll have to get you over here.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try to get over there during the week again. And I did let them, I had the gal behind the counter say, let the owner know that one of Joey's friends was here.
Mhm.
So I'm
Cool.
trying to throw it around.
Yeah, very cool. All right, Denny. Well,
All
take care
right.
of yourself. Have
Sure,
a
I'll-
good rest of the week, and we'll do it again next week.
All right. Sounds, bye-bye.
All right, see ya.